we have a presentation by Green Space Realtors, and on behalf of the company and Kiran Chavan, we have Tejas Chavan to present this. Tejas is a humanitarian and a green activist, and also a businessman with more of environment concerns. So I request Tejas to make the presentation.
First of all, I would like to thank Mr. Sunil Kotwal, Secretary CREDAI Maharashtra, and his team for hosting such an amazing event today and having all the business leaders under one roof. Mr. Satish Magar sir and Shantilal Kataria sir last year visited one of our project called Grape County. And that's the reason I am here, as he suggested that I should present a small case study about how a farmhouse project can go successful even in the bad times of real estate. So I would like to tell you a very small philosophy of the company. At Green Spaces, we say coexist with nature. We believe that nature at core of everything we do, maybe our eco resort, farmhouse lodge, a wellness retreat, organic farming or everything. We believe in taking care of nature just as nature takes care of us. Let me tell you a very short story of Grape County, how we started it. Some 8 years back, we spotted a land near Trimbakeshwar. It was a land opposite to Anjaneri Mountains. It was around 150 acres of barren land with heavy contours, with a plant which was not able to use for farmers or any other purpose due to the hilly terrain and less amount of water. With this, we started a lot of research. We met a lot of consultants. We met a lot of horticulturists, landscaper, developers, and how would you start the project? Then we came across a person called Mark Shea, a horticulturist from Ireland. Mark had an immense knowledge about the native trees, Indian trees and the biodiversity. So he gave us an idea that why don't you do a farmhouse layout with having a theme of biodiversity in the project, which would help you sell it. We liked the idea. And then my father, Mr. Tejas Chavan, who is known as the environment crusader in the city and a nature lover, enrolled himself to a course of biodiversity at the Bombay National History Society of India. As you know, to start any project, you need to have water. To start any development, any infrastructure anywhere, the water is the first thing you need to have. We started building dams. We started building artificial streams, rivers, some culverts and wells. And we started the storation of water. This is the work which was happening on the site. After the water was done, it was time for some plantation. With this, we hired a team from Pune named Oikos, who are our environmental consultant. Even they had a deep knowledge about indigenous trees and native trees. With them, in this couple of years, we planted more than 33,000 trees at the property, and we are still maintaining it as it is, without a single mortality. With this, we teamed up with an architect, as you very famous and everyone knows about them, Mr. Shabir Unwala and Mr. Sanjay Patel. With this little bit knowledge about a technical or legal term, what you say, this was a regional park. So in the layout, we did some 12-meter road, and as it comes in the regional park, there are limited rules and regulations or limited permissions are granted for this place. Permissions granted were for the resort, for a yoga center, for Ayurvedic center, for a golf course with only 0.1 FSI, and we were happy with it. We started building the resort. The construction started, and we choose to have some natural materials such as Godra bricks, fly ash bricks, scrap metal, and recycled wood. We thought of experimenting with it. We initiated solar panels, rainwater harvesting, and reed bed system. Reed bed system is a system where you treat the grey water with the trees, and you can reuse it twice for the plantation and for all your landscape. So each and every drop of the property is reused by this system. We did some cantilever structures. As I said, the land was contoured and we wanted to save on the contours of it. So we did some cantilever structures. So you could see this was the land which was some years back. On the right side is the recent image from 2017. It's a Google image. So this was the transformation we did in 5 to 6 years. Same with the water. There was not a single drop of water on 2012, and now we stored around 12 crore liters of water every year with the rainwater harvesting system. Again, same. This is the difference what we have made. This is how it looks right now. All the photos used in the presentations are actual photos and not from Google Images. So this is what the water looks like. So we have fishing, we have some, it's an ecosystem. So we have fishes, we have ducks, and a lot of water animals out there. So eventually, in this couple of years, the dream started coming true. The flora and fauna of the property started enhancing. These are again not National Geography photos, but these are photographs from the biodiversity from the project. We had a lot of reptiles coming in, the flora flourished, lot of trees, lot of exotic trees started coming up. Yeah, we do have leopard coming in the property sometime. So we have around 64 different species of birds, 35 different species of butterflies, and more than 100 species of reptiles thriving in the property, which 6-7 years back there was not a single insect or single bird out there. So this is what the birds are enjoying out there, the flora. Then we started inviting like-minded people. This is where we started making the business sense of the whole project. We invited like-minded people. We requested them to buy some property at the whole project at the biodiversity park, and people were convinced. And then we started selling plots to them. But it was different. It was a self-sustainable community. We wanted to be in a different way, but not like a typical builder or not like a typical plot owner that we just sell and just forget it there. We build this community. The community we keep on engaging. Every year, every month we keep some activities where this community is engaged. We did a lot of, every 3 months we have tree plantation with the community involved into it. So the whole project are divided into 2 parts. One is a resort where the community is helpful for the farmhouse owners, where they can have their food, they can stay, even if they have the land and they need to stay, they can stay at the resort. These are some luxury tents out there. With this, we started helping or designing farmhouses for people, which they dreamt of and always wished to have a farmhouse, but in a very different way. So this is one of the farmhouse, which we call as a cave house, which is an underground house. This is again a house on the mountain, where it is a hilly terrain, and we wanted to keep the contour as it is. This is again a stone house, a forest house, again one of those houses. A glass house. This house has a very beautiful panoramic view of the forest. We did not have some typical designs, but we did have some guidelines. We did have some code of conduct in the project, where people have limitations how to build, what size to build, what designs to have, what colors to have. But they are very happy with it, that they have their own choices to do in the interiors, but the design, we help them design the houses. Then we have some community spaces, such as amphitheater, where people do have their programs, their social functions, swimming pool. We have some kayaking, boating activities next to the river, next to the lake, a deck. We put up some tents in the weekends where people can enjoy camping. Again, some activity. We have some fishing activities at the lake. This is a tower, which we call a watchtower. A lot of people come for nature trails, For a lot of school kids come for environmental tours. We conduct environmental tours for school kids. So the environmental aspect is a part of them from the beginning from the school time. With this couple of years, we received some awards. Some awards I would like to mention. One is on the renewable energy, one for the water management system, and one of the very most important awards we received recently was the 5-star rating award for the resort, which is the first resort in Maharashtra to get a 5-star rating award by Terry. With this, we have some, so we did 3 projects like this in last 8 to 10 years. And now as the demand was rising, as the people wanted more of the farmers, more of the plots, this is one of the projects we're doing. We just started acquired the land, which is next to a lake and on the hills. And Mr. Ravi Kadam, whom we just heard some time back, is doing the master planning of this project. So we're having some Sri Lankan houses out there. Then we are coming up with a wellness retreat, which is a heritage structure with a very holistic approach of living, which I feel that everyone knows it's need of the hour. But I don't want to take much of time and would love to end this with a small note. A philosophy which we follow and would request everyone to follow is the philosophy or the phrase I would say, which is Vasudeva Kutumbakam, which means this universe, this world, this universe is for all living beings and we should respect everyone who is living on this universe. But that philosophy, I would love to end it. Thank you so much.
पुस्तकात लिहिणारं